Hello, Matthew Hernandez here, bringing you the latest in Central High School instructional programming and innovation. All right, everybody, I'm just going to begin by sharing that this is a team process that we're going to discuss today. And, team processes, obviously, it's important for everybody to do their part. So go team, let's together get everyone to achieve more. All right, so the agenda is to look at MasterConnect and then the distribution tool itself and how it coordinates with DropBox Excel. Along the way, there are various objectives we're looking to accomplish here. We want to know how to use the CFA distribution tool to get the data to our DropBox Excel sheet. We want to understand the importance of collecting this data for team processes, and we do want to plan for revealed unmet needs of the students and leverage the assets we have developed with our students already. You'll find some links in the YouTube description box that are for the chemistry distribution form and the biology distribution form. If anybody wants a distribution form made for any other teams, let me know. There's also the links for MasterConnect and the DropBox link. All right, so jumping into it here, we've got, you go to masterconnect.com, and then you log into your account. You go to your tracker, and click in one of your trackers. When you go to your tracker, you're going to notice the assessments over here. And so we have the chemistry pre-test. I'll take that one as the example. We go to reports. And then you go to print scores. Now, here's the critical thing. You just want to select only what's in this box here. All right, so you see how, like, if I go over here, it jumps out and selects more. You don't want to do that. You want to just select exactly what's in the box, right up to that 13 out of 30 there. Hit Control-C to copy. I've just copied what's in there. And then you want to go click on the link for the distribution tool. That's going to take you to this. You can see that I have the names of each teacher down here, Jenkins, Jones, and Cordero. And just hit Control-V to paste. That's taking a minute for some reason, probably because I'm recording this video. Okay, and pretty soon we should see us. Wham! All right, boom. Okay, so now we took 25 students or 27 students. We see that 25 of them are in remediation zone. Nobody's in advanced mastery or near mastery, and 2 have a no score. So just some quick details about this. If you're using more than one version of a test, you're going to have a number of no scores more than what is actually true, because some students may have taken one version and not another. So it'll count as a no score for them on the one version, but it'll count for score for them on another. So if you're using more than one version, the no score doesn't really give you a proper assessment. And the other thing is that you have to, go through in Mastery Connect and do that for each period. So that was one period that we did that for. Then we'd have to go through and do periods 4, 5, and 7. You can see that here, period 4, 5, and 7, and just do the same thing, get the same test results. Last thing is that if you're using only one standard in your assessment, it's not going to compute. Okay, so then lastly, once you have that data, you're gonna go to your Dropbox, go into Central High School lesson plans, navigate to your folder. Actually, I'll just show that navigation. So we'll go to science, in this case, go to chemistry, go to third quarter, go to quarter 3 PLC, and then go to chemistry CFA distribution analysis, which was made for us by the lovely Miss Thomas. And then you'll see that this CFA analysis is currently bucketed to contain our 4 groups: 90% or better, 75 to 89%, 65 to 74%, and 64%. So then you open that up once you navigate to it. And then you would take the numbers from here. So advanced greater than 90%, mastery greater than 75%, near mastery greater than 65, and remediation less than 65, and just insert them into your CFA. Now, if you continue to add, actually, I'm just going to show something here. Let's take another period just to show how this is cumulative and why this is actually, useful. I'm going to go to Chem 3. Pre-post test. I'll go to reports. So you see I just hover that over there. Go to print scores. Select just what's inside that box, Control C. Go to my distribution calculator. All right, and we want to go into the cell that's directly underneath the last cell we left off, and just Control V. And that will pop up. Boom. So we'll go ahead and just complete this pretest for Cordero since we're in here, just to get something done. So I'll go to this period 5. Even though it looks like this data is going to be very uninteresting because students are not advanced mastery or near mastery. But for the sake of team processes, we will accomplish this mission. So we have data to discuss. Not that one, this one. Go to reports. Go to print scores. All right. Control C. Scroll down to the end of your column here, and it should be that you're only able to enter data in this A column, so you can't mess up the functions of the spreadsheet. So that's a good thing. Paste with our data. So now we have period 1, period 4, and period 5 data. That's the data that we have for the pretest for quarter 3. And we could see that we had 6 no scores, no advanced, no in the category of mastery, and no near mastery. So I remembered why we need the 2 standards, because if we have 1 standard, it shows up with, uh, instead of a 13 out of 30, for example, it'll show up as advanced, since we're just looking at 1 standard. And MasterConnect thinks about standards in terms of, are students advanced? Are they mastery? Are they at mastery? Are they at near mastery? Or are they at remediation? So when you have more than 1 standard in there, it can't tell you according to per standard. So it just gives you an overall rating, which is what we want in this case for our distribution tool. So giving more than 1 standard enables you to both assess how students are able to grapple with 2 different standards at one time, or at least 2 standards, and it gives you data that's useful for our DropBox tool. So now going back to this, what was our number? 79. All right, so then you go into here, students that scored at 90% or better is 0. Students that scored at 75 to 89 is 0. Students that scored at 65 to 74 is 0. And that bucket that we least desire to have, students scoring less than 64%, is 79. So you can see that this automatically computes once you put those numbers in. The total students assessed automatically computes. And it will also compute down here for the overall result of the teacher. So for example, if I were to put zeros here and 50, say, for Jenkins, now that number is going to jump up to 129 in this bucket and 129 total students over here. Let's say Miss Jones is rocking it. She taught everything so well that her students were so ready for this quarter 3 because she was just like ahead of the game. So now we've got total 179 students, 50 of them overall scored in the advanced category. And it does all those computations automatically. Now, one thing I'll say that could make the PLC discussions go better, if maybe out here in this realm, if we were to add in a column of what standards were being assessed, and perhaps even the textbook chapters, that could also be out here in sort of a notes section, so that this way we can have better discussions. We wouldn't have to go look up what each standard went with and all of the things of that nature. So again, just leading to better discussion, we might want to put a note section into our distribution analysis, CFA distribution analysis tool, so that we can have better discussion. All right. To wrap up, go team. We're working together so that everyone individually achieves more. We've looked at MasterConnect and our trackers, how to get the data out of there to put into the distribution tool and put it into the DropBox Excel so that we can have discussions. My recommendation is that we add another little note section in there in the distribution analysis tool so that we can have better discussions as to the specifics of the content missed by the students and how we can plan for our students to be successful.